You've just finished your Class 10 BSc Odisha board exams. Take a breath, but only one, because right now you are standing at the edge of the most high-pressure decision of your academic life so far. Everyone around you is repeating the same old formula. If you scored above 90%, you take science. If you're average, you take commerce. And if your marks are lower, you are expected to settle for arts or vocational training. Following that outdated script is a mistake. Board marks only measure how well you took a specific test on a specific day. They do not measure your actual aptitude, your daily work ethic, or what you want to do for the next 40 years. From Class 10, you have 3 distinct branches: traditional CHSE academics, targeted vocational employment, and an undecided route. But to walk your path, you must survive the SAMS e-admission system, a rigid, unforgiving portal acting as the ultimate gatekeeper for higher education in Odisha. Nailing your post-10th transition requires 2 things: an honest match with your personal skills and flawless tactical execution inside that admission portal. Let's look at the CHSE science stream first. The daily input here is intense. You are committing to heavy workloads in math, physics, and chemistry, and for most students, managing the parallel grind of integrated entrance coaching for JEE or NEET. You don't need a perfect past report card to survive this. What you actually need is daily discipline, relentless time management, and a genuine curiosity about how the physical world works. Those habits will beat raw talent every single time. The payoff for that workload is maximum future flexibility. A science background leaves nearly every door open, allowing you to pivot into management, commerce, or the humanities later on if you change your mind. But the cost is steep. You are trading away your unstructured free time. If you lack a genuine interest in the subjects and are only taking science for the prestige, the risk of academic burnout is extremely high. On the other side, we have the CHSE arts and commerce streams. Here, the input is entirely different. You dive deeply and immediately into the humanities, business mathematics, or the social sciences. This route is an accelerator. It puts you on a streamlined track toward highly targeted professional fields like corporate law, chartered accountancy, civil services, or business administration. Because you are specializing so early, it becomes nearly impossible to reverse course and enter STEM fields later if your career interests shift. Choosing your CHSE stream comes down to how you want to spend your effort. You either pay for future flexibility with an intense early workload in science, or you commit to early specialization to reach a specific profession faster through arts or commerce. If the traditional CHSE tracks do not align with how you learn, there is an entirely different approach: the vocational training and diploma routes, like the programs offered at ITIs or institutes like SIPS Odisha. Instead of theoretical textbooks, the daily input here is strictly hands-on. Right out of Class 10, you focus exclusively on practical, skill-based education in fields like information technology, paramedical sciences, or tourism. This drastically shortens the gap between the classroom and the paycheck. You exit these programs with market-ready skills, positioned for immediate employment. By taking this fast track, you step away from the broad, traditional university degree path. You have to be ready to commit to a specific industry at a very young age. You trade the broad prestige of traditional academics for the distinct advantage of immediate, practical entry into the workforce. Once you pick your path, your next hurdle is the SAMS portal. The Common Application Form, or CAF, is the unavoidable gateway to securing any CHSE seat in the state. The CAF requires listing 5 schools in exact preference order, with your absolute dream school at the very top. But out of fear, panicking students often take a safe school and bump it up to the number 1 slot. When you do that, the system instantly gives you that safe choice, locks you in, and permanently deletes your profile from consideration for the schools you actually wanted to attend. To prevent getting trapped, you need to use a tactical maneuver built directly into the portal, the slide-up request. Here is exactly how it works. If the portal allocates you a seat at your 3rd or 4th choice school, you must physically go to that specific school, take admission, and pay the fees. Securing that baseline seat keeps your application alive. This makes your profile eligible to automatically slide up to a higher preference school if a vacancy opens during the second selection or spot admission rounds. If you get a lower tier allocation and simply ignore it without taking admission, you are completely purged from the SAM system for the year. Raw academic talent will not save you if you mismanage your CAF preferences. Mastering the mechanics of the portal is just as critical as choosing the right subjects. Map your goals. Need career flexibility? You're a broad optimizer for science. Focused on finance? You're a pragmatic specialist for commerce. Prefer hands-on skills? You're a targeted professional for vocational courses. Regardless, always rank your dream school first and accept lower-tier seats to activate SlideUp. Your post-10th decision shouldn't be based on neighborhood hype, family pressure, or your friends' choices. Take an honest look at your aptitude, pick your path, and then play the admission portal